Welcome fans to Talking T-Birds, our weekly coaches show. Today I am joined by Coach Dwight Gennari of the Lady T-Birds. I'm your host, Phil Kohler. Coach, over the weekend you guys get a big win at Northwest. You guys moved to 18-3 on the season, ranked 21st in the country. You guys have won 5 games in a row now. Talk a little bit about the win versus Northwest on Saturday.
Very happy with it. Northwest is a very well-balanced offensive team. Their starters, are all averaging right around double figures. Good rebounding team. Definitely was an area of our concern, and I thought our team did a great job, especially on the blocking out side. But it was our first sub-region game. Good opponent on the road. Very pleased with. I thought our energy was at a high level. Our last 2 games, I've been really pleased with our efforts. So hopefully it's the norm going forward. But it was a good road win for us.
Sure, and all road wins are good wins.
Yes.
Logan Albar, Jocelyn Eigel lead the way with 13. Sandra Frau Garcia adds 13 rebounds. Talk a little bit about their efforts in the win on Saturday.
I think just a complete game out of all 3 of those that you mentioned in our entire roster. It's kind of nice because we can have different leading scorers every night, and it's whoever gets their opportunities and capitalize on. Getting to Sandra, I think that's the 2nd game in a row where she's had double-digit rebounds. Just plays at a high level of energy constantly. Jocelyn is, just her basketball IQ is tremendous. And where I'm really impressed with Jocelyn is, everybody knows her as a shooter, a 3-point shooter, but her mid-range game is getting pretty good. People are flying at her, and she's capitalized on that. And then Logan, as a freshman, has just been tremendous impact on just rebounding, defense, and offensively. So off to a great start of her career.
Absolutely. So we talked last week about Northwest having the 2nd leading scorer in the region. Mm-hmm. You guys do a great job. You hold her to 12 points. Talk about that defensive effort on the interior as well.
Great effort, and then we'll come back to Logan probably in this conversation too, because we didn't have Selena Arlen. Right now, Flora Goad and Selena have been our true 5s or our 5s, and Selena was out with an injury, and so Logan had to take a lot of those defensive reps, and both of them did a great job. We had a good week of preparation. I thought our team all year long has prepared for our opponent really well, and we knew some of Darla's strengths, and our team did a nice job, especially Logan and Flora did a really nice job of making her scoring attempts difficult.
Well, with Logan being a Casper kid, I can say positive things about her all day long. Talk about her coming in as a freshman and that versatility that she provides and the ability to really guard all 5 positions.
Yeah, tremendous. I think her future is very bright just because of that. She can play any area on the floor. Where she's really kind of, I wouldn't want to say surprised, but she's got great hands and she's got a great first step. She's athletic, and I do think that she can impact teams in a lot of different ways, both offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. So we come off the big win Saturday. Wednesday you're heading to Riverton, Wyoming to play Central. Central comes in 2-15, but as you know, this will be the 2nd time that you guys play them. Talk a little bit about how difficult it can be to beat a team multiple times throughout a season.
The challenge is to make sure that our team understands each game's its own entity. Sure. What took place last game against them in Scotts Bluff has nothing to do with the outcome on tomorrow night. And they were missing a couple players when we played them last. Their leading scorer was not playing because of an injury. And then also their post player wasn't back from winter break yet. So, if both of those players are back, it's a whole different matchup. So
Absolutely.
We'll have our hands full.
Sure. Well, you see a record of 2-15 coming in, but now you talk about a couple of players that have missed. How do you convince your kids that 2-15 record is really not symbolic of what this team is actually capable of?
I just think you can pull out enough tape to show that they're capable of making a lot of plays there. And, we've all had, throughout our careers, games where, we didn't have our A game, and then there's times we've had an A+ game. So that's the beauty of it. You never know exactly what the performance is going to be from either team. So I don't think there's any risk of our group looking past Wednesday and on to Saturday and stuff like that. I think they're focused with our opponent tomorrow night.
Well, it's a good thing. Chevelle Boyd, Central's leading scorer, comes in averaging a little over 13 points a game. A very capable scorer, very capable 3-point shooter, and she's shown on occasion that she can score it at a very high clip. I know she's been a little bit banged up, but talk about kind of your preparation for her and how you prepare for something like that.
She is a very good scorer. She could put it on the floor and score with her left and her right, and then she's a very good 3-point shooter. So it's one of those where you just can't have a fly at closeout because she's going to go around you, and you can't play soft. So, and it's going to probably take more than one person. We're going to have good help defense. If we put a lot of pressure on her on the perimeter, she's going to get biased. So it's going to take a group effort.
Sure. So Wednesday night, 5:30 from Riverton, Wyoming, Casper College Lady Thunderbirds at the Central Wyoming Rustlers. Coach, we move on to Saturday. You guys get LCCC on the road on Saturday, and you get an opportunity to play at Story Gym. Have you ever had the opportunity to coach there, play there? Have you been in the building at all yet?
I have never. I've heard some positive things. I'm really looking forward to A, the game, but B, to be in the facility for the first time.
Such an incredible place. It's big. The history behind it is a really fun place to be. I think you're going to really enjoy your opportunity.
That has me more excited.
Good. So LCCC comes in 15-4 overall. They're 8-0 at home. They've beaten some really good teams along the way. Talk a little bit about your preparation for them on Saturday.
Yeah, they're complete. They've got shooters. They got a good interior game. Freshman Spring, I think she's 6'1". She's really starting to come along, and she's going to be a handful inside. Their forward play can score inside and out on the perimeter, drive well. Good shooting guards. I mean, they're deep. So we're going to have, working on the scouting report right now, we're going to have to, there's going to be 8 different people in that scouting report. So their balance is good and well coached. She coaches in her second year, Coach McWilliams. I was very impressed with her last year, how far she brought her team, and you can see it again this year from where they were early November to now. So very, very difficult game on the road for us.
Yeah. When you talk about that balance, they come in averaging 70 points a game, but more than that, they're coming in out-rebounding opponents by over 12 rebounds a game. Last week, we talked a little bit about you guys and your ability to rebound the basketball and how that's been an emphasis for you. How do you come back this week and go against a team that's really good at rebounding the basketball?
I just think it's got to be constant maintenance on that, throughout the year, blocking out. Teams have we have a tendency of running to the rim when the shot goes up instead of, blocking out, and it's just constant. You can't achieve a decent rebounding night like we did last Saturday at Northwest and then think you've accomplished the task. You just got to stay on it, and they're a great team. They're a great rebounding team.
Yeah, and then we go back to that balance. They have 5 players that are averaging more than 9 points a game. Michaela Bork leads the way with 13. You talk a little bit about the depth of that scouting report that's going to happen. How do you focus on a team that has so many different players that are capable of scoring the basketball?
The good thing is we've probably defended all these type of players all year long. We just haven't had the collection, so we know how to guard. They have another great sophomore, Hester, that as a freshman killed us from the 3-point line last year, was really good, and she's another 3-point threat. And I think we've defended these type of players all year, but the collection of them is everybody's going to have to be at their best defensively.
Sure. So Saturday from 2 o'clock from Story Gym, famed Story Gym in Cheyenne, Wyoming, the Lady Thunderbirds will take on Laramie County Community College. That game can be found on the YouTube channel for LCCC. So, Coach, last week we talked about rebounding and turning the ball over being an emphasis for you guys. This week, as we look ahead at these 2 games, what are 1 or 2 things that fans can watch and look for that you guys are really going to try to put an emphasis on?
Well, I think those 2 things still. I think those are the game of possessions. Who can have the most possessions? Everybody's going to shoot similar percentages. So I think those things, that emphasis will be consistent through the rest of the year. I really think against Central, one of the areas they're going to play a zone.
Okay.
And one of the areas that we're going to have to focus on today, along with yesterday, is our zone offense, which I'm pleased with our progression on that. Against LCCC, I think it's just going to be a very complete defensive effort and rebounding. So it's going to be a challenge this week.
Good. So finally, a week from tomorrow, next Wednesday, you guys finally get the opportunity to come back to Casper. You guys start the conference play with 3 road games. Talk about how important it's going to be, and we'll dig in a little bit more next week, but talk a little bit about how important it is for you guys to get back home and get that support from the Casper fans and what that's like to finally be back at home.
I can't wait. It's been like, I think out of our last 14 games, 12 have been on the road. We do have a tremendous fan base. I love the fact that we play on the road because in tournament you're going to have to, and we have a ton of experience. But I don't like the gap. You know, we introduce our team to our fans in November, and then we're vacant for a long time. And it's going to be nice that we get that connection again because I do appreciate our fan base. And the good thing is I think 5 of our last 6 games are going to be at home, so that'll be nice. But I can't wait. I won't miss the bus ride on those.
I'm sure.
A lot of advantages to being at home.
Well, great. Well, Coach, Wednesday, you guys are in Riverton, 5:30 tip-off. Again, that game can be found on YouTube on the Central Wyoming YouTube page. And then Saturday at 2 o'clock, you guys will take on LCCC.
Yes.
And that, again, will be on the YouTube on the Laramie County Community College basketball page. So, Coach, any final thoughts?
Just, again, appreciate our support. Appreciate you taking time to do this out of your day. I've heard a lot of positive comments on this segment and appreciate our PR department for sure. So just glad to hear or get the word out about the T-Birds and hopefully grow our fan base.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, fans, for tuning in to Talkin' T-Birds, our weekly coaches show. Have a good one.